Welcome everyone to the Racing Crews new series, the AI Cup Season 1 and Heat 1. Now we've got some things to explain before we start the racing. So AI Cup is forever changing and every season will be hopefully a little bit different than the last, but here's how Season 1 is going to look like. It's going to have about 3-4 rounds of heats, and the winner of that heat, of each heat, will go on to semi-final. The semi-finalists will battle it out, and the winner of those two will go into the final, and those two will battle it out for the final. And now this will change with every season, new challenges, different cars, but it will always be just the same premise of AI cars that teams have built and put to the test, and they will be put to the test in this challenge, in this AI Cup. So let's move on to the first heat. Right, here we are with the heart of racing, Toyota Supra, and it got very well off the line there. It is going really fast, and it is doing quite well for that launch. Coming up to the first corner here, it's taking the braking very well, and it is just amazing at how good it is at holding the road. Heart of Racing have done a very good job at making this car just from off the start, and it's just a lovely car going around the road Atlanta short circuits, and there's a lot of power going into these corners and a lot of power going into the straights. They're slowing down a little bit, just trying to get around these sweeping corners. I'm not too sure why he's doing that, but it's alright. It's a very strong lap time, and we're coming up to the little chicane area. Lovely braking stuff. Bit of a inside on the curbs though. But as we come through the last couple of corners, the last big sweeping corner, we can see that it has a 1:08. So let's move on to the next car. Right, here is the BMW Motorsport 2023 M2, and off the launch. The launch is amazing. Look at the power behind that. It's a 3-litre i6 TT with 403 horsepower, and it weighs 2,998 pounds, and it is just blasting up these hills. It is taking no holds barred. It will not stop until it gets a good lap. You can hear the power coming through that engine. It's just amazing. It's stopping through that middle sector, just slowing it down a slight bit, keeping it cautious. And we're going up to the chicane here. Is it good under braking? It certainly is. Taking that curve a little bit more harder than usual. But we now have this final corner to deal with. And will it beat a 108? Oh, it's a 107. Wow. Right, here is the Toyota Gazoo Racing Supra 2020, and off we go. Lots of wheel spin. The launch is pretty okay as we thunder up the track once again in a 3.2 litre engine with 605 horsepower and 659 foot-pounds of torque. and weighs 3,010 pounds. And that was a very, very harsh take on the curb, but it's taking it quite slow through these intricate little bits here. It's climbing up the hill quite nicely, and we now see it's over at the top of the hill now, coming down to the chicane. Is it good under braking? Yes, does take that curb very, very, very hard, using all the curbing to its advantage. And we now come through the last corner, and what is it? It's a 107. Right, in first place we've got Toyota Gazoo Racing, the Supra 2020. We've got in second the BMW Motorsport M2 23, and in third Harder Racing Supra 20. So Toyota Gazoo Racing and their Supra will go on to the next round. Right, here is the Grants Racing Audi TTRS Coupe. And off the line they go. No wheel spin from this car, and it is a little bit slower than the rest. It's got a 3 litre with 603 horsepower, 541 foot-pounds of torque, with a weight of 2,976 pounds. And this car is a very smoother car, a more interesting car than good old Audis, and it is just a wonderful, wonderful car to drive, and it is actually going quite fast up in this hill sector, and you can see it putting the power down now as it rolls up to the chicane. Is it good under braking? It will take that curb very, very hard, but it is finding some sort of mythical way of getting around this track. And what's the time going to be? It's a 108. Right, here is Lemonade Racing in their Audi TTRS Coupe. And here we go. That's a lot of wheel spin from Lemonade Racing with their rear-wheel drive 3 litre engine with 444 kilowatts. Yes, we're using kilowatts now. With 688 Newton meters of torque, with a weight of 1,364 kgs. And it is hooning around these corners. It wants to take the inside as well as possible. And it's slowed down there a little bit, still taking the corners like a boss. As we head up the hill, it's trying to pull its weight up the hill with that much power in it. It may not have the traction to get through this, but can it brake? Yes, but it takes that corner very hard. Bit of sliding, and it's taking a long time for it to get some traction under the power under the wheels. And here we are. There's a 1:11. Right, here is the Lemonade Racing Porsche Cayenne 2018, and we go off the line, and it is a very interesting start, and we got to get up to the first corner, and it's doing okay. It's very understeery. It's off. It's gone off. It's drifting on the grass. It took that first corner very, very badly, and it's not doing very well at any other spot. It's a 2.5 litre rear-wheel drive engine with 585 horsepower, 494 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 2,997 pounds. And it has some power under the hood, but its tyres are not that great. Working under softs. Can it brake? It's probably taken that corner the widest anyone else has, and it is doing a wonderful job of getting around the rest of the circuit. Turn 1 was its failure though, as it goes very wide out the end. It's on the grass for the finish. Right, the winner of Group 2 is Grants Racing with the TT RS20. Lemon Lads Racing with the TT RS20 comes in second, and the other Lemon Lads Racing, the Porsche Cayman, comes in third. So let's see what Group 3 has to offer. Right, here is Grants Racing, the BMW M2 Coupe, and let's see how it does. And away we go. A lot of wheel spin from the BMW. It's a 3 litre engine with a 601 horsepower and 601 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 2,995 pounds, and it is speeding up the hill as we go to take the first actual corner. It takes it out pretty wide on those curbings, and now it comes down a little dip here, and it actually is handling those quite well. As it heads up the hill, we can see it putting the power down, trying to find ways where it can get a little bit more time here and there. And we can feel the power of the engine as we come down, but can it brake after all that power? Yes, takes it wide, uses the curbs to its advantage. And we now come down the final corner, and it's hitting the inside quite a lot, and we come down. Right, here we are with the Grants Racing Porsche Cayman 2018. And off the line we go. That's a lot of wheel spin with the 3 litre 600 horsepower, 499 foot-pounds of torque, and 2,990 pounds in weight. And it is speeding up this hill, and unlike Lemon Lads Racing, it actually has a aero front wing, and that was a very interesting curve. And now we watch it as it goes down in a little dip phase here, using the curve to its advantage. Lovely, lovely stuff, and it's powering up the hill. It is not letting go of that throttle very much, and it's just going to keep on going. Will it brake efficiently though? It went in quite deep on the inside on that, and it went quite deep on the inside on the outside of that other corner. And now throwing through that final corner we have right, here is the heart of racing, Lexus RCF Track Edition, the only Lexus on the grid, and here we go. Lots of wheel spin from the Lexus, a 5 litre engine with 599 horsepower, with 475 foot-pounds of torque, and a weight of 3,047 pounds. So, it is a lot of backfiring from the Lexus, as we head through our little technical section here. There is just no stopping the Lexus as it heads up the hill. It is a wonderful car, and it continues to do wonderful things as it crests over the hill. But can it brake? It's gone a little less wide than a little less on the inside than most as we head over the final corner, and it puts the power down. Trying not to touch the grass. Right, and first for Group 3 is Heart of Racing with the Lexus RCF Track 20, and in second is Grants Racing with the Cayman 2018, and then third is Grants Racing with the M220. So let's move on to Group 4. Right, this is the Aston Martin Racing Aston Martin Vantage 19. Let's go! Lots of wheel spin from the Aston Martin as we have a 4.5 litre engine with 604 horsepower and 567 pounds of torque, and we have 3,024 pounds of weight. And it is smooth and buttery through these corners. Clips the top of that curb, and that's alright. It is handling quite well. Speed is not its greatest aspect, but it's doing alright. Slow and steady, may win the race, you never know. But it is trying so desperately to find places where it could put down power. And here is one of them, but can he brake? Yes, he takes that corner very, very well. And he now has that final straight, that final corner to prove what he can do. And across the line. Right, we're here with the Heart of Racing 19 Vantage, and here we go. A lot of wheel spin, that's alright, good launch, with a 4 litre engine, 605 horsepower, and a 568 pounds of torque, and it weighs 3,018 pounds, and it's taking these corners quite well. All of these cars seem to take the curbs really, really hard. And I just can't get over that fact. And we had very lovely through that technical section as we climb the hill, and we now see the power get put down on the straightaway. Can it brake? Goes on that quite nicely. Again, like most of the cars, using the curbing to the advantage of the car. And we now have a smooth ride to the finish. And for our final car today, it is the Grants Racing 19 Vantage, and it's off the line. Really, really strong start. Really, really strong start as we come through the first couple of corners. And it's just taking it like a champ, like a boss. That corner was not very good. But let's go in with some of the facts here. 4.5 litre, 604 horsepower, 606 foot-pounds of torque. It is an amazing car. It's an amazing final car to be talking about this heat. And it's coming over the top of the hill. Can it brake? Yes it can. Oh, bit of a slide, but other than that, all right. So here is around the final straightaway and final corner. Here it is, across the line. Right, that was Group 4. We have Heart of Racing in first place with the advantage, and in second place is Aston Martin Racing, and third is Grants Racing. For Group 4, they're all in Aston Martin advantages, no 2019 versions, all of them. And that is it for the heats of the Racing Crews AI Cup. Join us next time for when we battle it out for the semi-final and who will be crowned the Season 1 Racing Crew AI Cup champion. Right, good night.